What is up, guys? EJ here, aka Puckbond007, and welcome to the Movie Reviewers 100, this great collaboration channel on YouTube that I am proud to be a part of. So this week is Tom Hardy week, and I gotta be honest, I wasn't sure if I was gonna do a video for Tom Hardy week, because my feeling is he really hasn't been around long enough to warrant a theme week all to himself. I mean, since Inception, where he sort of blew up, he's been one of the hottest actors around, obviously. But I really didn't think he had a sort of film resume that was long enough to warrant his own week. But nonetheless, Alan already did a great review of Bronson from 2008, which is a film I haven't seen actually. I've heard a bit about it, but I've never had a chance to see it. So that's one I definitely have to check out. But I decided to look Tom Hardy up, and I was surprised to actually see that he's in a film that I really liked when I first saw it, and the film that I have, which also came out in 2008, and that's RocknRolla from director Guy Ritchie. Guy Ritchie, most known for his sort of British gangster comedies. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels from 1999, which is a film I love, probably my favorite Guy Ritchie film, and of course Snatch, which he followed that up with. Very fun film. I know a lot of people like that movie. I don't like it as much as Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, but it's a cool film as well. And then of course, after RocknRolla, he went on to direct the two new Sherlock Holmes films with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law. But RocknRolla from 2008 is also sort of in the vein of those early British gangster comedies. It's got an amazing cast, and like I said, I was surprised that Tom Hardy was in it, because when I first saw it in 2008, I don't really remember him or his character. Sort of the main character is played by Mark Strong, the right-hand man of a British sort of property overlord gangster, played by Tom Wilkinson, whose name is Lenny Cole. Mark Strong plays Archie, or Archibald, and he starts off by narrating the film, asking the question, what is a rocknrolla? Obviously the term refers to musician of rock and roll, but a true rock and roller is a guy who doesn't just want the money, the fame, the drugs, the women. He wants the fucking lot, as he says. That's what a true rock and roller is in these sort of British London gangster terms. And much like those previous Guy Ritchie films, it's a film filled with a great cast, colorful dialogue, very interesting character names. You've got people like 1-2, Mumbles, Handsome Bob, Cookie, so a bunch of colorful names. So the basic story is Lenny Cole, Tom Wilkinson, makes a sort of property deal with these two local small-time crooks, played by Gerard Butler and excuse me, Idris Elba, two very good actors. Gerard Butler, this was sort of his film as well, coming off the success of 300 the year before. And Idris Elba, a very good British actor, appeared in lots of good stuff. The Wire, most recently Prometheus from last year. So they're two friends, two sort of small-time crooks, part of this group called the Wild Bunch, who all hang out at a sort of a local dive pub slash betting place. And they make this deal with this gangster, Tom Wilkinson, and it falls through, and they end up owing him 2 million pounds, or whatever, 2 million euros. I think it's pounds. That makes more sense. And also because of this, he changes the property around. He wants to do a deal, and he needs the help of a Russian gangster, another guy. I forget the actor's name. He's appeared in lots of films. I recognize his face, but I don't know his name offhand. This Russian guy. So he makes a deal with this Russian guy, but he needs $7 million, I think. I'm switching between pounds and euros and dollars. It's 7 million, okay? Seven large is what they say. So it's just 7 large, 2 large. He makes this deal with this Russian guy, and in exchange, the Russian guy gives him a picture, his favorite picture, a lucky portrait of some kind. We never actually see the picture in the movie, I realized, watching it again last night. So anyway, this Russian guy goes to his accountant, played by Tandy Newton, whose name is Stella, and she's friends with these two small-time crooks, 1-2 and Mumbles. That's Gerard Butler's character and Idris Elba's character, respectively. 1-2 and Mumbles. So she tells them that she has this sort of inside deal with them where she sets them up for robbery, so they can rob the 7 million. She gets a cut, 20%, and they can pay off Lenny Cole with the part of the money he was going to get for this deal that falls through. So yeah, they rob these two lawyers or accountants seemingly very easily. Just put the bag in the back and just walk away, and we'll take the money in the car, and that's pretty much as simple as it goes. So it's a whole series of coincidences, different characters mingling with each other, and that doesn't even really describe half the movie. The other half of the film deals with Lenny Cole's stepson, Johnny Quid, played by Toby Kebbell, who was the highlight of the film for me when I first saw this. He was the guy who really stood out. He's basically the ultimate rock and roller, a drug addicted, heroin addicted rock and roll star, part of a group called the Quid Lickers. Very cool name for a band. So it's a funny film. There's little bits of violence, lots of colorful dialogue, lots of great character names, and a really good cast. We got people like Jeremy Piven. He plays the manager of Johnny Quid. Well, sort of the manager, band manager. I was shocked to see Gemma Arterton is in it as well. She's the secretary for Jeremy Piven at this sort of music studio. She has a couple of appearances. Like I said, Gerard Butler is great. Idris Elba is great. Tandy Newton, very sort of fun and sexy. Tom Wilkinson is amazing as the main heavy. And I really like Mark Strong as Archie, his sort of right-hand man. And that brings me to Tom Hardy. Obviously, this is Tom Hardy week. He plays part of the Wild Bunch, Handsome Bob. He's considered a ladies' man, but he's actually gay, which is funny. There's a very cool scene where he's about to go to jail for a long period of time, and Gerard Butler is taking him out sort of on the town for last night. Sort of like the film 25th Hour, if you've seen that movie. And he basically confesses to Gerard Butler that he's actually gay, and Gerard Butler is the last person to find out, because he's known as Handsome Bob, a ladies' man, but everybody else knows that he's actually gay. So there's some very funny moments between Tom Hardy and Gerard Butler after that. Yeah, it's a fun film. I wasn't as impressed with it as I was the first time around, I gotta admit, but I still like it more than Snatch, to be honest. I know a lot of people love that film, but Lock, Stock is still my favorite Guy Ritchie film. So that's RocknRolla from 2008 for Tom Hardy week. Make sure you check out everybody else's videos this week. Should be a cool week. So thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll see ya.
Bond. James Bond.